Beckham took unprecedented measures for Messi. What has been done for the comfort of the superstar? Inter Miami has already signed two old friends of Leo and is waiting for the third. Lionel Messi has turned the world of his new team upside down and attracted huge attention to South Florida. Now there is so much talk about Inter Miami, which is only in its fourth season and is stuck in last place in the league, that this will be a powerful impetus for the club and for the whole of US football to reach a fundamentally new level. The process has already started, even before Messi came on the field and scored that decisive goal from a free kick. The scale of this announcement, no matter how much I have been preparing, foreseeing and dreaming, is mind-blowing, announced the main transfer of the summer, Jorge Mas, a Cuban-American billionaire and a native of South Florida, the managing owner of Inter Miami. You would have to live in a cave not to know that Leo Messi is now an Inter Miami player. Now everyone is talking only about this. Miami is now shaking from the Messi effect in all aspects. The city, which is secretly considered the capital of Latin America because of the largest Argentine community in the United States, has already been filled with graffiti in Leo's glory, and restaurants have added to the menu his favorite dish, breaded meat, known as Milanese. For Argentines who have built their culture of life in Miami from and to similar to life at home, living in the same city with the main symbol of their country is like completing a puzzle with the most important detail. According to the Fanatics website, where all the official uniforms of the MLS teams are sold, the Inter Miami T-shirt instantly became the best-selling among teams from all sports. On Thursday, the company said it had sold more club T-shirts since Monday than in the previous 7.5 months of 2023. Moreover, sales are keeping pace with the current record of T-shirt sales set by Cristiano Ronaldo immediately after his move to Manchester United in 2021. Now the equipment is no longer on sale, only pre-order for October is available. This will give us a global notoriety that we could never have achieved without a player like Messi, said MLS Commissioner Don Garber. Whether it's in South America, or in Argentina, or in Europe, because he had a legendary career in Barcelona and in France. Our goal is to try to attract as much attention to Messi as possible. And for this, the club does everything to please Leo as much as possible. New coach Inter Miami is completely reshaping its work under Messi, and it's not just about marketing activities. Agree that this alone would not be enough. We are still talking about a football team, and not about the commercial promotion of the brand at the expense of Leo. Everything is bad with the club's sporting results. Phil Neville, as head coach, clearly could not cope with the task set. Gerardo Martino, a specialist who has already worked with Messi, was called to raise Inter Miami from the bottom of the MLS table. Martino took charge of Barcelona in the 2013-2014 season, taking over the team after the departure of Pep Guardiola. He started powerfully, not a single defeat in the first 16 matches, full understanding with the players and victory in the Spanish Super Cup. But after such a sharp rise, there was an equally sharp decline. There were no more trophies, defeats became more frequent, and as a result, the coach left. He himself described the period of work at Barca quite harshly. He said that he had not left any trace in the club, had not shown himself as a coach, and the only thing he had learned was to be among the stars. He was so disappointed with himself that he doesn't even want to consider the Super Bowl an achievement. A few months after Barcelona, Martino took charge of the Argentine national team. There, too, it turned out so. The team reached the final of the America's Cup twice and lost twice. Fans began to blame Messi for this, after which he even announced his retirement from the national team. Martino supported his captain's decision. However, a month later he left the national team himself, but Leo still returned. At this point, their paths diverged. Martino went to the United States to work with Atlanta United, with whom he took the MLS Cup, but quickly left due to disputes with the management on the topic of recruiting the team. Then there was work in the Mexican national team, the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and the absence from the group for the 2022 World Cup. Martino was fired, and he was out of work for 6 months. The Argentine admitted that he really likes working in the MLS, so he was ready to consider offers from North American league clubs. Everything came together here. Under Messi, who speaks very little English, they took a native coach to make him comfortable, and Martino's desire to work in the MLS was fully satisfied. For Inter, this is a good deal from all sides. Back in Atlanta, the Argentine coach confirmed his high level. There is a chance that this Argentine tandem will bring good luck to a team that has not achieved any success at all in its 4-year history. Completing the composition, the next stage of restructuring is a new team. To declare Messi, the club gave Rodolfo Pizarro to the Greek AEK for free, as it was necessary to free up a place in the team due to the designated player rule. According to it, clubs can sign up to 3 players with a salary above the established maximum. No one else left the team, but there were acquisitions, and for the most part they were made under Messi. Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba joined Inter. They both moved from Barcelona as free agents. The club also acquired Diego Gomez for $2.7 million. Luis Suarez really wants to join Miami, so much so that he is ready for literally anything. Mundo Deportivo claims that in order to break the contract of Gremio, for which the Uruguayan has been performing since this winter, he demands to return the entire salary for 6 months. ESPN Brazil reported that Suarez is ready to pay the rest of his contract to leave because the Brazilian club does not want to let him go. The striker's agreement with the team is calculated until December 2024, and, according to ESPN, Suarez will have to pay about $10 million. And he is ready to do it, because he can no longer perform at Gremio at the level that is expected of him, and wants to reduce the workload, and there is less intense football in the USA. Inter Miami is already called the American Barcelona, and it really looks like some kind of movie in which old friends reunite under the bright sun of South Florida at the end of their careers. Stadium expansion. The current Inter Miami stadium held only 19,000 spectators, which was enough before Messi's arrival, but not with him. In June, the club signed a contract to fill the corners of the stadium, which increased the capacity of the arena to 22,200 spectators. In addition, Inter Miami is building its own stadium, but everything is much more complicated and longer there. The construction is planned to be completed by 2026 to 2027, and it is unlikely that Messi will still play by that time. Before Messi's debut, Inter gathered an average of 16,483 fans per game, ranking 25th in the league out of 29. Now there are no tickets on sale on the club's website for any game of the season, and this factor has become a catalyst for big changes in the MLS. The league clubs have agreed that they will now deduct to the general treasury not 33% of the proceeds from ticket sales, but only 10%. This will help to equalize the teams in the amount of deductions. New security measures. The hype around Messi is so great that the club had to develop additional security measures. The players will be approaching the stadium by bus through a tunnel, Moss said. All these security protocols have already been prepared both for work here and abroad. And this applies not only to our games, but will be a ubiquitous phenomenon. As you may remember, the Argentine national team trained in Miami before flying to Doha. We had the opportunity to watch Messi Mania at our door every day during training. We did well then and are very prepared now. We have been preparing for this for a long time.